Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Thank you so much for joining me for tea time once again. Today we have some focus. Good stuff, good stuff. I like this right around midday. Start getting a little tired. It's Friday, can you believe it? It's Friday. TGIF, people. Hope you have a good weekend. So we're gonna close off the week this week with Fuji. Look at that beautiful thing over there, X-T4. I've been waiting for this for a long time, and there's been a lot of rumors going out on and on, and I haven't been covering a lot of the rumors because they were kind of hit or miss with that camera. Some of the stuff was right, some of it's not. Well, now we actually have the details, so to speak. You can actually pre-order it in the next week or two. We're pretty much dead on now. So I want to talk to you guys about it, and I'm going to give you the specs. You know I hate talking about specs, but we have to do it with these cameras. I want to actually hone in on what is different between the X-T3 and the X-T4. What are you getting for your extra couple $100, all right? I'm gonna get into that by the end of this video, hopefully. Let's get right into the specs. I wanna make this nice and short so I can get out of here for the weekend. Let's hit it up real quick. We got the X-Trand4 BSI backside illuminated sensor, same exact in both cameras, the X-T3 and the X-T4. They're both the same 26 megapixel sensor, and they both use the X processor 4. So it's nothing new. It's not like the X processor 4 Pro that you see in H1. It's the exact same processor. Now, the X-T3 is manufactured in China, whereas the H1 is manufactured in Japan. Where this X-T4 is going to be manufactured, I really don't know. That's still up in the air. It would be nice if it's Japan, but I'm going to say it's probably going to be China also, but we're not sure. They both, of course, have the dual SD card slots in it. Now, the X-T3 shoots RAW and JPEG, whereas the X-T4 does RAW, JPEG, and TIFF. So we now have this possibility of getting those TIFF images out of it. Now the TIFF images are 8-bit or 16-bit, which is kind of cool. And of course RAW is still the same 14-bit with both cameras. Now there's no in-body image stabilization with the old X-T3, whereas the new X-T4 does have IBIS. Now that's a big thing for a lot of folks out there. So that's really nice. You're getting 5 axes of image stabilization. I think it's up to 6.5 stops of correction, which is really nice. That is really quite cool. Also, there's no digital image stabilization in the old camera, whereas here, of course, we have in movie mode, you do get that in conjunction there with the OISs, whereas IBIS altogether, that does work together nicely. So that is really, really good. That's gonna be nice if you're gonna be vlogging with this camera. Now, I'm gonna pose this to a lot of you guys as this could be like the next best vlogging camera out there, because there's some things that change that is really quite cool and a lot of vloggers might really like. This is number one. You have your 5-axis image stabilization. A lot of people like that are doing this thing wandering around, all right? You need to kind of smooth that out. Me, being on a tripod, I really don't care too much about it, but a lot of you do. Now with battery life, with the X-T3, we had 390 shots, whereas now we have up to 600 shots. So better battery, better efficiency, whatever, which is nice. Also, if you look at that battery life as in recording time, if you are a video guy like me, you used to be able to get a maximum of 40 minutes of 4K at 30p. Now we're looking at all the way up to 85 minutes. So you're looking more than double the amount of time at 4K. Now the camera charging can be done through USB-C, but now they have USB-C PD in it, which is that 30-watt faster charging. So that's really, really nice to be able to charge these cameras quicker. Now, phase detection also changes. Phase detection used to be down to -3 EV, whereas now we're down all the way down to -6 EV. That's great. That means it's going to be able to lock on a lot quicker, a lot better. I don't know about quicker, but let's say a lot better in lower light, all right? That is very important for a lot of guys that shoot in terrible situations, like you're doing a wedding or something. Being able to lock in at -6 EV, that's really, really great. Now, your AF points remain the same at 425 AF points. Nothing changes there. Your continuous shooting changes a little bit. You have 30 FPS electronic shutter. That's at a 1.5 crop. And then if you do a full sensor readout, you get to 20 frames per second. That is nice, not bad. But where things change, you used to be able to do only 11 frames per second with its internal mechanical shutter, whereas now we're all the way up to 15 frames per second. That's not bad. That is a lot of frames per second with that mechanical shutter. Not bad at all. Now, the buffer, shooting RAW, used to be able to hold up to 36 RAW images. We're now up to 39 RAW images before it have to start dumping the images out of that buffer. So we went up 3 images, not too bad. Now what has also changed that's really nice is they both record 4K 60p, 4K 30p, no problem. That is also great. But with the old X-T3, you didn't have 120 frames, you didn't have 240 frames. Now with the new X-T4, you can do 1080p at 240 FPS for like 3 minutes, or you can do 1080p at 120 frames per second for 6 minutes straight. So that's pretty cool. A lot of people want that slow-mo, and here Fuji is giving it to you. The EVF remains the same at like 3.6 million dots, so we have the same EVF, nothing changed there. Now another great enhancement with the X-T4 is that back LCD. The old one on the X-T3 has a 1 million dot LCD panel, whereas a new one has 1.6 million dots. So it's a better back panel. But what really makes it great, back to the whole vlogging people like me, is that we have now a fully articulated back screen. Holy crap, guys. Whereas the X-T3 only had that 3-way tilt thing, all right? Fully articulated back panel, guys. That is mega. A lot of you wanted that, and some of you wouldn't buy that X-T3 because it didn't have that. So now you have it. That's really, really great that Fuji is actually listening. And lastly, what's notable is exposure bracketing. With the X-T3, you didn't have any type of bracketing, whereas now with the X-T4, you have up to 9 frames of bracketing. So that's really cool. The price difference, $1,499 on the X-T3, $1,699 on the X-T4. So you're looking at a lot of niceties packed into this camera for those 200 bucks. All right, guys? For me, when I look at this, there's a lot of those check marks that are checked on this camera that you guys are going to want. 1, IBIS. You guys have been asking for IBIS. You want IBIS. I need IBIS. I shoot like this continuously. I have to have IBIS because I drink so much coffee and I'm a trembling mess. All right? You got it. They gave it to you. Also, you didn't want to attach a screen to the side of the camera to be able to see yourself while you're filming, right? You wanted that fully articulated back panel like Canon is so famous for, and Fujifilm gave that to you also. There's a couple other niceties in there when it comes to your FPS, 15 frames per second mechanical. That is a lot, up to 30 frames electronic. And of course, you're getting up to 200 FPS to do slow-mo for 3 minutes or 120 FPS for 6 minutes slow-mo. That is awesome. That is really awesome. So like I said, those are major ticking points, right? That a lot of you guys are gonna say, wow, this could really be the next vlogging camera for me. I was looking at the 90D as being a replacement to this 80D that you see here, but I was patient and I didn't go with the 90D because I really wanted to see what Fujifilm came out with this X-T4. This is really making me stop, take notice, and say, maybe we'll go and grab one of these and use it for this type of vlog. Maybe I'll rent one in once they're available, check it out, see how it actually locks in on me like Canon does. What happens is you become just used to dual pixel AF, all right? In the last video, I was joking about quad pixel AF. I'm joking, but who knows? Maybe Canon will come out with that. It's a possibility. But dual pixel AF, as a Canon shooter, you just get, you're spoiled. I don't worry about me not locking in. I don't have to sit there and look at the screen. Am I locked in? Am I not? Is it tracking me? Is it not? I don't have to worry about it, all right? Canon just tracks my eyes and that's it. Unlike other camera systems where it's, you know, focusing on the back, focusing on me, I'm doing this thing, this jittering back and forth and all kinds of other nonsense that a lot of the cameras do. You don't have to worry about that with the Canon setup, with their dual pixel AF. So I really would like to see how this handles that, how good that locking is. Does it lock as well as Canon, whereas you literally can shoot with that Fuji X-T4 and not worry about your autofocus and know that your video is going to be locked in? That is something major for me. Anyways, guys, you're looking at a pre-order of this FujiFilm X-T4 as of February 24th, 26th, somewhere right around there, 25th, right around there. End of February, you'll be able to pre-order this camera. And like I said, it's gonna be $1,699. Pretty awesome. This really looks like an awesome camera. I've also told you that I'm excited about seeing the H2 over that H1. Also, amazing, amazing camera. So we'll see what ends up happening. I wanna know what you think. Is this a camera that is kind of lighting your fire under the Fuji brand and saying, hey, you know what? Maybe I will migrate over to Fuji because they have all of those little ticks checkmarked on the things that I need. So is it something that I can do? Can I run with Fuji in comparison to someone else? Remember, APS-C, Fujifilm does not have full frame. So if you're the guy that needs full frame, you're not going to get it with Fujifilm, all right? Now, if you want a medium format, Fuji is your place to go because you're going to get medium format digital really, really cheap with their GFX line. But if you're looking full frame, Fuji's not for you. Anyways, guys, if you enjoy my content, as always, please throw me a big thumbs up. That would be stellar. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you get all my content when it becomes available. And click this bell icon over here so when it is available, you will be notified of it. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools that I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me. That would be stellar. If you have a mirrorless camera or even a DSLR and your sensor is just simply dirty, pick up one of my sensor cleaning kits. They're called Aurora Camera Care lens as well as sensor cleaning kits. I have 2 bundles. You can get them at B&H, you can get them on Amazon, or you can get them over at my store at JCristina.com. Also, you made it to the end of this video, use promo code YT20 at checkout, and you're gonna get 20% off anything that you get over at JCristina.com as a way of saying thank you for listening to my nonsense and subscribing, hopefully. And also don't forget to pick up my ebook over at jcristina.com/ebook, 10 tips at making sharper images for amateurs as well as pros. Once again, jcristina.com/ebook. Grab it, it's free. Check it out. A lot of good stuff. Anyways, guys, you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Many blessings to each and every one of you. Take care.